welcome back to Heritage TV. This is the one and only Bunmi West, Colourful Cube. How are you? It's afternoon. It's going to be lunchtime. What exactly are you having for lunch? Do you want me to advise you? Nah, I'm not going to do that today. That is another day, another day program entirely on Heritage TV. It's going to be a fantastic day when we talk about our lunch. But today, we are back and play on our mobile. Look at what I got. 2 of them. Why am I keeping 2 mobile phones? Why? Is it because I'm a dodgy person? Or is it because they are serving different purpose? Why, Bunmi, why? Is it not expensive? Well, to me, keeping 2 mobile phones is one for Nigeria, because that is where I am originally from. I'm not going to tell you what network I'm using for Nigeria, but at least you know when it's Nigerian time to call them, to check on the family, to check on your business. You use one of your mobile phone and there's no disturbance. You know when they're going to call you, and you know any phone call from that particular phone, I'm talking for myself, after 8 o'clock, you're not picking it up because you want to have a break. For the other mobile phone is for business, especially UK business, because UK business is strictly by business, and that is where the money comes from. And if you are running a business, I'm talking to everyone, you want your mobile to be strictly for business. And few friends can check on you on your mobile, but it's not like you're going to mix Nigeria network with you know, any part of the world that you live. But some people can actually manage one phone, one mobile phone. How? Because majority of the time they're at work. I have this friend of mine. He cannot touch his phone Monday through Friday afternoon. His mobile phone is switched on, fully loaded, starts working at 7 p.m. on Friday afternoon. And on Monday, you can only get him at 6 a.m. and he's not ready to start picking phone call at 6 a.m. So we always tell him, a man in transit. You say, yes, I am the man in transit. Are you guys going to pay me? If I start calling you on my phone and my boss sees me, then I'm playing with my daily job, I'm playing with my career, and this man is a doctor. And you know, most of doctors, they are very busy. Thank God, things have changed now. It used to be, they used to have beep, 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 or something like that, that always make noise by their waist in the past, and by their chest if, you know, they don't have, they don't have to put it in their trousers. But things have changed now. They have other system installed for their job. So now, mobile phone for market women in Nigeria especially. It's good for connection. When their things arrive at the port, they don't need to worry. They don't need to be going there. I remember when I was growing up as a business person in Nigeria, I have to go to a particular place. I used to get fish, and then I was very young. Don't be thinking of my age now. I know I was between age 14 and 16, and I was actually helping one of my auntie in those days. And my auntie would say, Lord Cheki, boya jawati arrival. And then you have to go there, take about 4 buses. You know, where we were living is a bit remote. You have to get to my 12. And then after you get to my 12, you have to get another 2 buses to get to that end of the supply chain. And when you get there, this disappointment is, it's not here yet. Okay, try 2 days time. And auntie is angry because, you know, her merchandise is not here. And she needs to know, she needs to collect on time. So the advantage of mobile is it makes things faster. The information is faster. You can know exactly where, at least you have idea of what time things are going to come to you, and your parcel. Nowadays, when you order something online, you can as well put down your mobile phone number. And guess what? They are going to text you exactly to the minute your parcel is arriving by your door. You know, in those days, you can't even go to buy milk, because if you miss the post office man, chai, continue with that. Because at the end of the day, you're still going to wait. You have to go to their depot. You have to wait and phone them again and check when are they going to bring it back. And sometimes it's like, we are not sure who is lying. Is it me collecting my parcel or them delivering my parcel? So the mobile phone gives you information. Guess what the mobile phone does now? It's got camera in it. Majority, I can say about 90% of mobile phone has a camera in it. That is to our own advantage or advantages, because you can do selfie. This is how I look, and you can even download mirror on your phone. So there's a lot of conveniences you can get from your mobile phone nowadays. And also, a friend of mine told me how mobile phone helped her to save her daughter. And you will not believe it, her daughter is only 13 years old. On one day, the girl was so bored, and she was lucky she can pick mobile phone in her place of work. And it was around the time her daughter phoned her. Mom, I'm missing you. You know, there's no message of home alone in this town anymore, because, you know, it's another level. We'll talk about that sometimes. But what happened was, this young teenager was so carried away, and she was making herself something to eat, not knowing she was on the game. She was chatting away with her friend, and her food was cutting fire behind her. So she was showing her mom the house round. Oh, my brother is in this room. I'm just in the kitchen. I'm cooking for you. When you come back, mommy, I'm surprising you. I'm cooking something good. And mom said, hey, blah, blah, blah. She shouted her name and said, look behind you. What you're cooking? And, you know, with mobile phone, you could save life. You could save your home. Because not everything insurance cover nowadays. They can say because of carelessness. You burn down your own house because of carelessness. They cannot pay you insurance, whatever the name is. So mobile phone have saved our generation, and it's the best thing that ever happened to us. We've talked about camera. Camera, you can use it a lot. Information that you cannot write down, just use your camera and take a shot of it, and you've got it. It's going to even save it for you on photo, and it's got cloud. If you can download cloud, you can save your stuff, and you can have more space by buying extra bit. You know, there's this tiny little card you can actually buy to support your mobile, and then you can, you know, like some of us, we have to delete, because if you don't delete, your phone won't function. It's too much packed on your phone. So sometimes you have to delete some of your stuff to get something new, and some things you don't need, just delete it, take it away, let your phone have a free head, you know. And to download, you can download music, you can download movies. And one thing that I love most with my mobile phone is the Bible. You can actually read Psalms from your mobile phone. How is that possible? You go on the net, on the internet, you type in the Bible. If you are very happy with your King James version, you then download your King James version, and you don't have to, you know, those days, oh my God, when we were young, we actually put our Bible on our head to go to church. And I remember when I was in the choir, I used to have a file, because every day you get a load of new songs, because when we were growing up, we were used to paper, you know, the A4 paper. You have to get it from the choir master, and you have to look through your, you know, your paper. But nowadays you can look through your phone. We talk about iPad sometimes, the advantage. But today, it's all about mobile phone on Heritage TV. You see, I want us to see the advantage of it. And texting to the last bit of when you're going to get to your job. If you are running late, you can actually call your boss on the phone. Good morning, sir. I'm running late. Please give me another 5 minutes. And you'll be so happy that at least you keep in touch. At least it's not just like you ignored him, and you keep his worries away, and it makes you more comfortable. And if you are crossing the road, you are not going to jam the car or jam the motor, because already you've settled the bit. And be honest, some people lie on their mobile. It's not fair. Sometimes you lie and somebody you are talking to is behind you, you don't know. It's good to be fair. This is the new stage of life that we should all live a nice life and a truthful life. And then sometimes mobile phone don't lie. How? Let's say you take picture or you send a message. Sometimes it might not get to you. Especially this WhatsApp. It plays up a lot of time. And there's a lot of things you can download. I think it's too much for me personally. A friend was telling me, Bunmi, go and download Snapchat. I said, hey, what to need Snapchat? Tutorial long. Hey, when are we going to rest? Then she said, that is better. It's fast growing. You know what? I said, what we're going to do is I will keep to my WhatsApp and I will see you very soon. I'm having a break. Welcome back. We are still on Heritage TV, Bunmi West, Colourful Cube. Yes, I'm back. If I say to you, I sneak to have lunch, you're going to say, did you have sandwich or you had a fruit? You can guess that, and whoever guess well, there's a prize. So, you know, Heritage, we are loaded. We don't just let you listen for nothing. There's a big gift which I will introduce in the future to each and every one of you that are our regular customers. And you know, you can advertise your business on Heritage TV, and you can do a lot. We cover coverage on your celebration all over the world, very reasonable price, and then you can watch it all over and all over and all over again. And we have the best technology in showbiz when it comes to camera. Yeah, I have confidence in Heritage TV. Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, mobile phone. Mobile phone can save you from danger many times. For example, somebody was locked away in the fridge of his place of work as a chef. And you know, when you go into working in freezer to get some food, some has got faults and you don't know. You just innocently going to get, let's say, steak, and you're going to cook it the next day. Then you want just walked in to work-in freezer. This happened somewhere in the USA, and the door just do pakam behind him, and that was it. So he didn't know. He was getting already at his restaurant. They booked. It was on Thursday evening. He was about to close under 30 minutes. All other staff has gone home. He has to do his mise en place, and it took about 12 steak. Then his boss rang him. Oh, guess what? There's another 8 other who want to do steak evening on Friday. Let's add more. Then he said, okay, instead of 12, he has to get 20. And he said, wait, there are 2 people that always come in and they go for steak, but they didn't order this time around. Instead of 20, let me do 24. Then I'm going to have 24 steak. So he was standing there contemplating, and unfortunately, the faulty door, the more you getting locked in, the more it's getting difficult to open the door behind him. So he put everything on his trolley, and getting to the door, guess what happened? The door was locked like a prison door. And the guy was frightened. He said, I nearly shit on my panties. And the guy said, my God, what am I going to do? And you know, as thick as the mobile freezer door is, he cannot even bang even a drumstick or a thigh of a cow on it. So this guy was like, what am I going to do? He said, oh, and you know, when you are in a situation like that, you don't even know what weapon you can use. You don't know where you can take it to. You don't know where you can, what you can do with what the next move will be. So this guy was there. He fortunately is a Christian. He started with Psalm 91. Then he finished that. He sat down. He was freezing because he was just on his chef uniform with the chef hat and steak, 24 steak in front of him, and other stuff in the freezer. Unfortunately, the light in the freezer has to go off. Then he started panicking, real panic. And then the next thing he did, he started reading Psalm 23 on top of his head. Hey, then he was, you know, as he was shivering, then he gets free, he's nearly frozen up gradually. Then he doesn't know what to do. Then he moved away from the trolley. Then the next thing, he was shivering and was going down. He was like he wanted to be unconscious, and you know, unexpected wanted to happen. But as he was shivering, his hand was going, he was fiddling with his body, he was out of his mind. He just touched something. And guess what he touched? It was his mobile phone. Hallelujah. So when he touched his mobile phone, the first thing he dialed, as you know, as an American, is their number. It's not our number. They dial 911, we do 999 in England. So he dialed the number, and then he said, "This is my office. I'm a chef in this restaurant." He gave them, you know, they have a long postcode. It's not like ours. Their postcode is about 6-figure number. "I'm at downtown in Chicago. I'm freezing to death. Can you break down this freezer?" And fortunately for him, where the system work, thank God for advanced country of the world. Ba, 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 ba. You know, sometimes you don't know. Should we send the police? Should we send the fire brigade? Should we send the ambulance? Fortunately for this young chap, 3 of them came. Because they don't know if it's a criminal act. How can somebody be locked in the freezer? But to cut the long story, at the end of the day, it wasn't a prank game. It's just a silly accident. But this guy came out alive. He was taken for, is it called hypophobia or something? You know, when they check you, frostbite and stuff like that, and they have to cover him with cling film, cover him with foil, take him, rush him to the theater, make him keep warm, and the guy came back, you know, even better than before. Through the mobile, the danger, you know, was subsided, and then things happened. The future was bright for him, and next time he didn't take a chance. He even used a wedge to hold the door when he goes in the freezer. So what else can you do with mobile phone? Do you know, as young as a day-old baby is using the mobile phone? And part of it is, my friend just had a baby today, and he's taking a picture of a bouncing baby girl. That's part of life. The baby has been attached to a mobile phone in the sense that a picture is taken. When we were growing up, it was a different ball game. I'll just tell you a story of mine. When I was growing up, at the time, for you to have a Polaroid picture, one of it will take you 2 weeks. How? You have to save bit by bit from your lunch money. And then when you get 50 kobo, then you go to the bridge in my 2 and you go and post. Only one post. If you get it wrong, you are in trouble because your 50 kobo will go. So can you see the difference now when you can just hold on to this machine? And according to the experts, they said the machine you have in each of your mobile phone is bigger than what they had in 1969 or 1965 when they went to the moon. Thank God for the new technology is helping us to monitor our children. Majority of schools allow children to bring their mobile phone to school, but the mobile phone will not be with the children. It will be with a lady employed to look after mobile phone. And if you see the cabinet designed for a mobile phone, you're going to fall in love with it. And there's this mobile phone that all children want to have. Is named. They name it from 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm not advertising for them. You know what I'm talking about. And as young as a child in year 6 is having a mobile phone that is expensive than the salary of his mother put together, because the uncle think, oh, you turned 10, you've been behaving yourselves. Okay, what I'm going to buy for you is this. Bam! He got this powerful machine in his hand. And now the job of the mother have just begun, because you have to monitor what your children is using mobile phone to download. Because all these powerful companies will use their power to manipulate these young children that doesn't know much about how to use it, and sometimes you can run into debt. So be mindful of that and be careful of that. Another thing mobile phone does is internet banking transfer, especially in England. You can transfer money from one account to everybody around you, and it doesn't matter as much time as you do it, as you use this service. It's so helpful. And you know, those days when you want to give people money or you want to buy stuff, you have to go to your bank and queue like no man. You know, the day is wasted. You can't do anything else. And you know, it's cashless society we are using now. Thank God for mobile phone. You can actually transact your business sitting at the comfort of your home to a minimum amount. So if you want to use the technology to the fullness, it's the best time to do it. And you can use it to navigate yourself to wherever you're going. I used that yesterday actually, and it helps me a lot. Sometimes the map is like you have to get it right. You are going to the wrong direction. It's telling you, okay, your time is, especially when you're walking, it's easy to look into your mobile phone. And nowadays, I don't know how the company that do sat-nav, how they do it, because you can actually get your sat-nav on your mobile nowadays. Some people don't even think of buying additional sat-nav. They intend to use their phone to navigate wherever they want to go, and it's so accurate. Sometimes it's going to tell you where the traffic at, and sometimes it's going to tell you to avoid certain places so that you don't just go to where you don't want to go, or you're going to stalk. And you know, stalking in traffic, be orun yabo, ki soro enikan, but sometimes you have to get to your place of work, you have to get to your place of appointment, you have to get to where the celebration at, you have to get to where you have to go. So the advantage of the new technology is so beautiful. But do you know some people use it for gossiping? I'm not for that. I always use it strictly for business, and it's helping me. And it saves money, although sometimes it creates unemployment. But it's good for physical, you know, it's good for exercise, because sometimes you can download Dancing Queen and you can be dancing along with those babes that are really, really physically fit. And before you know it, you shed some pounds. If religiously you follow it, give yourself 6 months. Baby girl, you're going to lose all those fats. And men can follow beautiful girls, pretty girls, dancing, and they can dance with them on their phone. And you know, nowadays, you can even go to YouTube. They didn't ask me to advertise for them, but the good news is Heritage TV is on YouTube as well. You can get us there and download those who do personal trainers, those who dance and exercise to your favorite music, even without going to the individual that does it as a professional. There are some music that give you enough dancing styles that make you more energetic, and that will make you dance as if there is no tomorrow, and it will bring the youth in you. It will bring it out, like you know, this young hip-hop music. I remember one now, I felt joke new almost skibo. If you dance to skibo, almost above she shocky dear, go, you know. But now you move, you just move shocky for, you know, move it for 50 times and see what energy you are knocking out of your body. And do it religiously as if nobody is watching you. And you shake your head side, almost shake body. You shake body, eh? You can even get it remixed and stand on shake body. You shake body for 10 minutes. It's part of it. And also, mobile phone. In conclusion, I will tell you something very important. 2 ways. You can keep your mobile phone as pay as you go. Pay as you go is stress-free system. I'm not advertising for any company. I'm with Heritage TV. I'm just telling you advantage of mobile phone. That is what we are doing on Colourful Cube, Bunmi West, on Heritage today. So for those who don't know, and for those who already know, you know, some information is not new. It's just to refresh us. Some is brand new. It's just for you to know that There's a lot of features in your mobile, and sometimes if you don't understand it, ask your little ones. They are better to approach than us, because we hey, old school lapel. But you know, we're catching up, because I was lucky to say my grandmother, before she passed away, she had a mobile phone of her own, and then every time she put it on her head, and she said, hello, hello, Ayoni, ṣé Bunmi? That is to say, are you hearing me? All the things that we take for granted, that we think is babalawo stuff, that we think is black magic, that we think is just you have to do abracadabra, or you have to do this and that. You get it now. Before they say, they will use something to see you. Now the mobile phone is seeing you. You can now do mobile calling. You can do texting. You can do everything that will make your life easy. So in conclusion for today on Heritage TV, you can do pay as you go, or you can go on contract. There's a lot of sales going on, and I wish you all the best with your mobile phone. And thank you for watching Heritage TV. Thank you for watching me, Bunmi West, on Colourful Cube. I'll see you very soon, and I love you. Take care of yourself and have a wonderful week. Bye.